Negative thoughts. When I came to realize the amount of time I spent on negative thoughts, it was unbelievable. Something that does not just happen. It takes work and effort to waste somebody's life. Like, I don't know, I guess you could say, you know, I was distracted. I mean, how can a kid realize, grow up to come to realize that he's in some type of government project created by the government, um, and maintained by an administration that it only looks to condemn me? How do you realize that as a kid, as an adolescent, as an adult? How do you realize that and come to acknowledge it as your truth, as what you're living, you know? And so lies, lies, negative thoughts, and it's like I've dwelled upon it and I've dwelled upon it, and now I feel like comfortable having realized, what's going on, that it's not me, like it's not me. I always ask, I would always ask people, what's wrong with life? How is it possible that everybody, even the here I'm in Mexico, so it's almost like 80% of the general population has, and even the 20% of poverty, they're not poor. They're people that are nasty, that eat a lot, that are lazy, you know. Poverty doesn't exist. The supermarkets have food in them. They're not, you know, and so they're not going empty. And so, how do you realize all this? How do you come to realize this as an adult, as an adolescent, as a kid? And now more than ever, like like I said, I feel better, having realized that it wasn't me, that it wasn't because I wasn't trying, or it wasn't because I wasn't lucky. It was because a whole bunch of people were standing up against me, and uh, that the amount of time that I spent dwelling on negative thoughts on this and this and that, and I guess at one point it's like, I guess you could say it's like going up to a OPC in an airport, and you're knowing, until when are you gonna be there? Until when are you gonna be there stuck listening to the individual? Until when? Until when? You know, it's up to you, because I mean, you don't know. Nobody's gonna tell you, "Hey, he's lying to you." No, no, nobody else there is gonna say anything. All the OPCs are not gonna say anything. All the people that are passing by are not gonna say anything, and you're gonna be stuck there, with that OPC, instead of enjoying your vacation with an OPC. And it's up to you. Like, I would say, it's up to that person. It's up to that person when the person's gonna leave, when he's gonna say, what, I've had enough, or I've heard enough. And that's basically it. That in life, when you listen and you pay attention to individuals, when you had enough, you're gonna stop listening to them. you know and I guess, I don't know, like, if somebody would have told me, I think I would have reacted differently, this entire time. But this is it. I come to realize it now, by myself. I realize what they're doing, and it's not gonna affect me, is what I say. And like, it's not gonna affect me, and I just want to see what's going to happen, because it's all very, I guess you could say, stupid, but a little bit interesting.